Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. My name is Steve Aquilino out of Sydney, Australia, and Platinum Executive. It is my great pleasure to be presenting this information to you this evening. All right, what we're going to be talking about this evening is the most significant health, anti-aging, and human performance science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, before we tell you what this is, let me be crystal clear about what this is not. This is not a vitamin. This is not a mineral. This is not an antioxidant formula. It is not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roots from a magical 5,000-year-old tree, lotions, potions, gadgets, or any of the other really great stuff that's out there. ASEA is literally an entirely new frontier in science. It is a groundbreaking, category-creating breakthrough in healthcare science. I promise you, you have most likely never seen or heard of anything like what we're going to share with you this evening. You've never heard or seen anything like it before, most likely. So ASEA redox cell signaling technology contains active redox molecules, the same cellular messages made natively within your body that affect gene expression in a positive way, helping to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, replace damaged cells, and keep cells functioning at optimal levels. We are all made of cells. However, with age, diet, stress, toxins, and other environmental insults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. As such, our cells break down even more, and so does our health, wellness, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science very seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with world-renowned universities and leading laboratories, proving the potential of redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in every body. Now, ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translate to health at its most foundational level. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, which is extremely relevant today, right? Help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity. Help maintain a healthy inflammatory response. Improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, additionally, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. It helps the body's immune system to function properly, lowers oxidative stress, and it is 100% safe, 0% toxicity, as redox molecules are native to your body. They are native to your body, so it's not something that you can have a bad effect with. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Now, ASEA is based in Nobel Prize winning research. There are just shy of 20,000 now, because it's very difficult to keep up with. There's about 150 studies coming out almost every single month. So there are just shy of 20,000 peer-reviewed medical studies and over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. ASEA is heavily patented and therefore without copycats, without competition. No one else in the world has what ASEA has. No one. ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare and wellness, sports science, human performance, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, anti-aging, longevity. What we're going to do now is we're going to show you some before and after pictures using the technologies you see on your screen now. So as well as being able to get the molecules working from the inside out with the redox technology that we showed you, we can also get them working from the outside in with our Renew 28 and intensive redox serum technologies. Now, the proof is in the pudding, and a picture speaks 1,000 words and all that. So let's just quickly run through some pictures. And what you'll see on your screen is more than just anti-aging effects. You'll see age reversing effects. You could use Renew 28 virtually on any part of your body, anything that bothers you, and watch and feel what happens. We're talking about elasticity coming back to the skin. We're talking about inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being tremendously relieved. Talking about anti-aging, as I said, in many regards, this is age reversing. These two pictures are of the same person. And by the way, Rosie here believed that the products weren't working. So the moral of the story is take pictures before and during your use. Very, very important. This is Dr. Marty Moran. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and only use Renew 28 on half of his face and not the other. Can you see the difference? It is quite astounding. As you can see on one side, his face is quite saggy and droopy. Even his glasses are slanting to one side as compared to the side where he did apply the Renew 28. And his wife's very thankful now that he's been applying it to both sides, so he's not walking around looking like a weirdo anymore. But we thank Dr. Marty Moran for doing that very telling experiment on his very own face of all things. But you don't have to just use it on your face. Here is an inside of a lady's arm, back of a lady's hand, a lady's belly button. You could use Renew 28 on virtually any part of your body and get positive results. In fact, if you are with some friends right now who have the Renew 28, what we'd invite you to do, if you have anything on your body that gives you trouble, an ache, a soreness, a stiffness, something that's hurting you, we'd get you to rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means it's aching a lot, it's hurting a lot, it's giving you a lot of trouble. And we'd ask you to put the Renew 28 on 3 times inside of the next 5 minutes. And out of every 10 people I see, at least 8 to 9 people will experience an effect inside of about 10 minutes. Now, some people it could take longer, it could take 15 or 30 minutes. Some people the next day, but know that redox molecules work on everybody. So the product will work on you. But if you were one of the few that don't notice it right away, keep using it. But what you'll find is a lot of people will notice a result inside of about 10 minutes. So if you're with some friends with the Renew 28 right now, we'd invite you to do that. And if you do, let us know in the chat box, and it'd be good to hear your experience at the end. Any health challenge, any health goal that you can think of, redox users and doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, we want to help a lot of people. We can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word about redox. And ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn commissions just by sharing redox with others. You receive a residual income, not only from the ongoing purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA, but also from the purchases made by every single person they and others also refer. So just like when you recommend a good movie, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever, people tell people who tell other people who then tell even more people, and there is no limit to this. It's worldwide, it's borderless. ASEA is currently operating in 35 countries and opening up new markets every single year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected by the company to exceed $500 million over the next 5 years. However, some business analysts and experts are saying that this is very conservative and that $1 billion is very possible. So for people looking for an extra or perhaps a part-time or perhaps a full-time or maybe even a big-time income, for business-minded people, this is an opportunity to be paid a residual commission. That's money that keeps coming in and again and again and again from the work you've done once, not having to work again and again and again for it. Residual commission from the growth of this inevitable global expansion with redox. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. But it does get a little bit better because you get to join forces with others who are also being a force for good in the world and can even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world and have a really great time with ASEA family and really good ASEA friends. So the redox signaling molecules in ASEA are so impactful on the human condition that pharmaceutical companies offered to pay millions of dollars for the sole rights to the technology. However, they wanted to shut down ASEA and take everyone off redox. Thankfully, founder of ASEA, Virtus Norton, said no to the payout and yes to the people already experiencing the greatly needed life-changing power of redox signaling molecules. And as demonstrated in this very first important decision and in every other since, ASEA will always put people and principles before ego and economics. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my camera really quick, and I want to play you a quick short video.
On an afternoon in November 2007, a corporate jet waited in the hangar at Salt Lake National Airport. Its 4 passengers, scientists and executives from a global pharmaceutical company, were locked in negotiations with 3 men in a nearby building.
They started getting on the phone about noon back east, and they kept doing that at about 2 o'clock. Okay, we're convinced you've got something here, and it's significant enough that we will write you a check big enough that you won't want to talk to anybody else.
We said, we'll call you tomorrow. And we immediately adjourned into our conference room again to discuss the offer that they put on the table.
How these men came together and the decision they made that day is the story of ASEA's genesis.
I was asked to sit on a board of a small company that had been working on a technology for about 15 years. Numerous patents, a lot of research, and they were actually producing a product using salt and water. When they told me that, they wanted me to go on their board. I said, well, you're going to have to convince me that this is real. How can you produce something from salt and water? And they said, we have a lot of research, extensive research, $10 or $15 million worth of research. The company that owned it was publicly traded, and they merged that company with an energy company, and after a period of time, 6 or 7 months, they started selling off assets.
He let me know that he was on the board of directors and there was this opportunity that was coming up on a product that he thought was wonderful.
But I told him, I said, you know, they have something here that they don't know what it is. And it's a lot more than they think, but they haven't figured it out. And I said, I'm tempted to put a group together. In fact, I think I am going to put a group of investors together, and I'm going to take a run at the company.
Well, that was my opportunity. I pulled out my wallet, pulled out a check out of the wallet, and Virtus, whatever you need, we're going to do this.
And he wrote this check out for a very big amount of money, and he said, there's more behind that. Let's go put an offer in. And I said, are you serious?
Now, I didn't know anything about the product or the company, but I knew Virtus, and I was betting on Virtus. I knew that Virtus had done his research. I knew that Virtus was not going to lose. We were giving the product to people to try, to see if they would take the product. We went through a lot of what we call focus groups to see if people would actually take this regardless if they liked the taste or didn't like the taste, or if it helped them, or how quick it helped them.
After 2.5 months, we decided to go out and do an assessment of the 40 people that we had given the product to. And when we went out to do an inventory, we found out that the 40 people had turned into 135 people. And not only that, the product had gone to 20 different countries. When people found out what it was doing for them, they didn't hesitate to shoot it off to foreign countries, wherever they happen to be, Egypt and South America and Europe, and then come back and say, I just need more product. In the meantime, we had contacted a friend, someone that Jim Pack knew, and we had played golf he was running a very big pharmaceutical company in New Jersey, about $10–11 billion. And he finally agreed to send a group of people out and spend some time with us and see what we had come up with. So 4 people flew out on a plane, and we met in the conference room we had on the west side of the city for the better part of the day. We spread all of the research that we had out on the table.
And these gentlemen asked all the right questions. They thoroughly went through all of the science that we had. And as they do that, they'd call back to their headquarters and ask questions. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they came to us and they said, "We think you've got something really special here. We're going to write you a check that is large enough that you don't want to talk to anyone else. But there's a catch."
And I said, "What's the catch?" And they said, "You got to shut it down." And I said, "Shut what down?" And they said, "You've got 135 people on this product right now. Shut it down. People have problems all the time, and they deal with them as best they can. You're going to have to walk away." And that kind of took us back a little bit. In fact, I said, "That seems a little harsh to me." And they said, "You want to work with us, you walk away." We said, "Well, we'll let you know." So we ushered them out of the building, and we huddled around the conference table.
We came to realize that this had changed for us from a business play to something very important. This was a cause. This was a responsibility. We'd seen too many people helped by this product.
My wife questions why I'm doing this. She said, "You've retired more than once, and it's time for you to join me, and let's enjoy the golden years, if you will." But recently, my son asked me to come down and join he and his family, and we went to a church gathering. And there was something going on he wanted us to be a part of. And while we were there, a young lady came up, and he introduced me to this young lady. And she broke down and started sobbing. And she had a health challenge in her family that was really severe. And she was introduced to ASEA. And because of what ASEA did, she was just grateful. So I find it hard to talk about, but that's a reason.
All right. So, oh, why am I moving? Here we go. So, look, everyone, I wanted to really thank you for joining us this evening. I hope that you have gotten some small measure of value from that. What I'd like to do now is I would like to switch to one of our guests. Just a quick disclaimer here that ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Only pharmaceutical companies are allowed to make that claim for some reason. I think they've seen to that. But what I want to do is I want to bring on a lady who lives in Queensland. Her name is Frances Perry. She's a rock star with a pop star name, but she's also not just a tremendous ASEA lady who has made a huge difference in people's lives with sharing REDOX. But she's also just a fantastic lady to know. As soon as you meet her, you will know this is certainly someone that you want to be friends with. Now, I'm just trying to set this up correctly, but just bear with me one sec, sorry. Here we go. And let me just fix this 1 second. So I'm going to bring Frances on, and she's going to share some REDOX experiences with you. Just 1 second. I just want to make sure that we're... Okay, so let me just find Frances. Here we are. All right, Frances, I'm going to bring you in. Hey, guys, let me know in the chat box, did the sound come through good this week? Because I believe I have fixed it. In fact, I should be sounding a lot better this week too. Yes. Why aren't you coming in, Frances? Let me just try again here. Whoa. That didn't work. Here we go. You should be coming in now. Are you there, Frances?
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
1 sec. Are you there, Frances?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Oh, great. Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. I'm going to turn on my camera. I don't know if you can or want to.
Uh, no, because the host has disabled it.
Ah, okay. Let me see if I can fit. Why is that happening? Okay. Well, look, hey, while I try to figure that
Okay.
out, thank you very much for being on the call. Appreciate you. And as I
You're
explained to
welcome.
everyone, you have some really great redox experiences, not just for yourself. I'm not sure what you're prepared to share here, but not just for yourself, but you have actually been vital in being there for people who have been in extreme need, who have had really severe challenges, not just concerns with their health, but concerns for their life. So I'm really grateful that you're going out there and sharing the redox message, and really glad that you're here tonight to share a couple experiences.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. I seem to attract those kind of people in regards to ASEA. I'm grateful for that and to be able to facilitate that in whatever way I can. So I guess the three that came to mind, I've done quite a few, been with you since 2015, I believe. And my dad actually got me onto it because we were quite healthy. We always look after our health. And my dad got me onto it because he had inflammation of his pancreas. So, hey.
Hey, much better now. You can see this lady's beautiful sun shining face.
Yeah, so where was I? My dad, he had inflammation of the pancreas, and he was not diagnosed at that stage, and later on he obviously got a doctor's review on his challenge, and he was only given 18 months. It's now been 4 years, and he religiously takes ASEA, and he'll never come off it. He's 72 now, I believe, so he was 68 at the time. 68 at the time, 68, 67, I think. And he tells everybody, wherever he walks, the busman, he's walking around. People who saw him when he first had the initial challenge, to those who have seen him a couple of years later, they all say he's walking around like he's a young kid now. Wow. He was the biggest, I think, conversion for me. That was close to me. And then straight after that one, I actually had an Asian gentleman who my dear friend Lisa brought in. And we were under the impression that his wife, because it was for his wife had 10 days to live. And she had challenge with her blood. And she was actually admitted to palliative care. She had it for 5 years, and the couple had both traveled, researched so many things for her challenge, and to no avail. They'd use something and then it would come back. They would use something and it would come back. Now they're intelligent couple. And so he had done everything from sea urchins to herbs to pills to juices to everything. And it was at that time that Lisa introduced ASEA to the gentleman, and we said, listen, we know your wife is in palliative care, and look, just have a look at it. If you want to try it, give it a go. He took the information away with him, and the next day he came out with a wallet full of $100 bills, and he said, I want as much as you have right now. He said to us, and his words were, I've never seen anything like this. And I believe he would have been up all night looking for his wife on the research that we presented to him and what he could find online. So we gave him a box, and then we said we can get him some more. We'll bring it down to this palliative care unit that she's staying at. When we arrived there, he actually confirmed to us he's only got 3 more days to live. Wow. So she was consuming at a really high enough rate to what she could consume and what he could feed into her. And 3 weeks later, she actually was discharged, and all her blood work came back like a normal, healthy person. With her challenge, and in actual fact, before that time, before she went to palliative care, they had actually gone on a holiday to Hong Kong and come back, and she had got an infection, and the infection actually mutated her blood challenge into something a bit more devastating. And she declined extremely fast in 6 months, and that's what led her to palliative care. They're from Sydney, and she today is alive and kicking and driving, and she attended her daughter's wedding, which was the highlight for her. And they, to this day, are still taking it and then sharing it with their friends and family who want to listen.
Yeah, I remember that. That was quite amazing from, the daughter getting married in the chapel in the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
everyone saying their goodbyes.
Yeah.
And and then 3 weeks later, I remember, getting the message that bloods were normal. And I said,
Yeah.
well, what do you mean normal?
Yeah. And
And
Stevie was a huge facilitator in that. I'm not a scientist, I don't know what to do, but for those who are wondering how they're going to do it, Stevie is an awesome tool to use in assisting you to talk with your friends, prospects, family. So it wouldn't have been without Stevie that we could have assisted that couple.
well, I appreciate that, but it wouldn't be without you and Lisa. Just to have the courage to go up to a guy that, in truth, neither of you had really ever met. You just heard through the grapevine that something was going on, and you just had the guts to go up and say, "Hey, look, you don't know me, and I don't know you, so I don't want this to be weird, but I think you need to know about this stuff." And
for sure. And it really took us getting out of our way, stepping away from our ego, and really all about just serving somebody else. So that was it. But I just got some news yesterday. I forgot to tell you, Stevie. Another person whom I contacted about a seer, he'd been using it for quite a while because he's quite a healthy person. He's got a brother who has been taking half of his supply because he also has a really bad blood challenge that is eating away at his hemoglobin. So he's having to do frequent visits to the hospital, and this is like current, this one, frequent visits to the hospital to replenish his blood count. Now, I got the news yesterday that he hasn't had to go back and get any more visits to the hospital.
Wow.
And the medication that he has been taking has been reduced as well. And he now raids his brother's house for the supply of ASEA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's really
Amazing.
cool.
You are a superhero. You know that? Like you have some of the best stories that I tell other people. And I just want to commend you because because these are sensitive times, like what we're going through right now. But especially when it's affecting someone like personally and the situation is very severe, it can be a very sensitive time. And I appreciate you and want to give credit that you make your fear and your concern just take a back seat and you just put those people first and say, hey, look, you need to know about this. You need to know about
sure.
it.
For sure.
And they do. So huge respect for you. You're amazing. I know you've got tons of other stories too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, for sure. But also for those who are listening, I couldn't have done it without Stevie because he's the go-to that I always go to help me talk about ASEA, because I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just there to make the connection. But Stevie's awesome if you need that help.
Come on, you're making me blush now. You said that already. Yeah, we love you, Francis, rockstar with a pop star name.
Cool.
I'm really grateful that you came on this evening. And I know that we could have you on again and you'll have some brand new stories. So I really appreciate you going out there and really living up to the ASEA missions, which is to better people's lives and be a force for good in the world. And you're an awesome lady, an awesome leader. And we're really glad to have you in the team and really excited for you to grow more and serve more of the world out there. Just amazing.
Cool. Thank you.
Just amazing. Thank you very much. Well, everyone, as promised, I want to keep these to 30 minutes and I think I've just done that. So I want to thank you all for jumping on this evening. I do encourage you to get these products right away into you and onto you and allow yourself to live healthier, younger, and for longer. So get back to the person that introduced you here this evening. If you didn't get a chance to do the Renew 28, the 3 and 5 experiment tonight, get it done. and feel and see the difference. So thanks very much for joining us this evening. Rockstar, thank you so much, Francis, for joining us this evening. Be well, everyone, and take care in these times, in these very difficult times. You know, there's a lot breaking down and a lot of concern out there. But hey, look, there is without sort of sounding like someone trying to reframe the situation to our benefit, do make sure that you look into this seriously. There isn't anything else there on the planet that can boost your immune system to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what REDOX can. So get it in there and protect yourself and protect your loved ones. We love you all. Thanks very much for sharing time with us. Bye for now.